and top teams mostly use slower speeds, so the robot can do the same thing predictably every time, everywhere. So let's say we wanted to go 100 centimeters, and I'm going to show 100% speed. Remember, it executes from top to bottom. So, movement speed 100, it goes pretty fast. If we change it to 80%, doesn't go as fast. If we change it to 40%, now we see the reduction. If we change it to, say, 10%, it's going to be going very slowly. So, this block, the drive throttle block, it works differently than the other ones. It's more like driving a car. Throttle means forward, backward power. Basically, it's speed. How much power you put into moving it defines how fast your robot's going to go. Steering is your direction. Steering 0 means going straight. Steering 50 means turn right. Steering -50 means turn left. You can use this block when you want to adjust your speed and you don't want to turn in one place. You want to turn over a certain distance, like a U-turn. This is great for testing. This is great for making small adjustments. This is great for quick movements. But for FLL missions, we usually prefer the spin in place one for accuracy. So let me show you. I'm going to go straight here. So let's set the drive throttle to 60%. And I'm going to steer it to go right, so 40. For, let's say, 5 seconds. As you can see, it's taking a turn. And after 5 seconds, it does the next thing, which is go straight. When your robot finishes moving, stopping properly matters. Like I showed you, the brake in the go straight block, you are probably going to want to brake. You do not want it to coast most of the time. So, what we can do is, if you don't want your braking to be limited to just this particular block, so let's say you wanted to use this block. You wanted to turn, and then you wanted to properly brake instead of it coasting, you would be using this block to set brake on or off. So let me show you how it looks like when the brake is off. You're going to be doing the turn for 5 seconds, and it's going to, you saw it sort of went back a little bit. It was coasting. Now, if we set brake to on, let me do it for 3 seconds. It's just gonna stand in place. It's not gonna move backward, not forward. Just gonna stand in place. This is really important in FLL because if your robot doesn't stop where you want it to, it can misalign you with missions, and you might get stuck in some tricky spots. Alright, so let's make all of this into a simple path. So we want to go straight, turn left, and go straight again. So what would we do for that? First, we have to select the when run block, which basically says run everything inside this when you click this button. And for movement, we want to go straight and then hold. But in this case, I'm going to make it brake. Let's say we go straight for 100 centimeters. And then we have to turn left. So we would use this block. And I'd say we want to turn left by, let's make 50 degrees. A curve turn. and I'm going to keep the speeds the same. And after that, we would want to go straight again, but this time for 20 centimeters. And then you want to coast. So, we're not just placing blocks randomly. We want, where do I want the robot to go? How far? What direction? So if your robot doesn't land exactly where you want, that's normal. That's where testing and adjusting comes in. That is a huge part of FLL. So, let's run this. So if we run it, it's going to go straight for 100 centimeters, brake, and then turn 50 degrees, and then let's go 20 centimeters, and coast. Now, here's a challenge for you. Go to this website and program your robot to drive in a square. That means go straight, turn 90 degrees, and do that 4 times. If your robot doesn't end where it started, try to fix it. That's real FLL problem solving. Now this is just the beginning. In the next video, we're going to make your program smarter and cleaner using things like repeat blocks. And trust me, that's going to make your life a lot easier. And remember, even if you don't have a physical robot yet, you can still practice everything using the virtual version I'm using, link in the description. If you're doing the first LEGO League, mastering this early will give you a huge advantage. See you in the next video.